Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Love. Good morning, Dee. Good morning. Hope you guys are ready to get this day started. Hope you had a good day yesterday. Hope you enjoyed the show yesterday. We had a good time yesterday. We talked about organization, your mind. Good morning. Welcome to let me do the introduction. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yarnitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I hope you are ready to get the morning started. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Don't forget, we have the podcast. We're on Amazon Music, okay? We're on iHeartRadio. We are on Pandora. We are everywhere podcasts are found, whether you have Apple or Android. We are on Stitcher. We are on whatever platform you are on. That's where I am. And I just loaded some new podcasts over there. And I will begin to record that differently because right now it is truly just a morning show filtered over with a different intro and an outro, but I will be re-recording that soon. Great morning. It is a beautiful day, Margaret. Be safe out there. So if they don't listen to the podcast, they don't do YouTube, you can tell them to read one of the 7 books. If they don't read, tell them they can watch the movie. If they don't watch the movie, if they don't like Tommy, and Tommy's in the movie, tell them they can watch Tommy and just see me for a half a second. How about that? If they don't do any of that, tell them I said good morning. Thank you, Margaret, for sharing. Good morning, Joshua. Joshua got his bracelet. I'm so glad you liked it, Joshua. So, Margaret, I saw your text. I am going to send you the price for yours in your journal. And somebody tried to I had to guard your bracelet because somebody wanted it this weekend and I had your name on it. So, I need to send it to you expeditiously. So, good morning. It's going to be a great day. So let's get right into the quote of the day. And I don't know whose quote this is, but we're going to go with it. And one day she discovered that she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and that not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fears. I got you, Margaret. And one day, please insert your name. One day, Margaret discovered that she was fierce. One day, Joshua discovered he was fierce. One day, Miss Lowe discovered she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and that not even he or she could hold themselves back because their passion burned brighter than their fears. I don't know whose quote that is. There was no name on it, but I love it. Please insert your name there. And that's what I do a lot of times. If I like quotes that speak to me, that say something to who I am, or I relate to it, I insert my name there and make it personal for me. Because at some point, you've got to come to that realization. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, friend. We've got to come to that realization because until you discover that part, right? Until you understand that part, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be a little frustrated and aggravated and all the things. So the thought of the day is, I don't feel like it Right. And the world got scared. That's right, Margaret. The world got really scared. So the thought of the day is I don't feel like it. And I kind of want to combine this with the quote of the day. And because I want to talk about on those days when you don't feel like being positive and you don't feel like working on yourself and you don't feel like doing anything that you need to do that's going to better you. You don't even feel like doing the necessary things that you have to do just to work every day, or to, when you don't feel like it, when you just want to check out and not do the thing. And in two folds, when you feel like that and you keep going, when you feel like that and you rest and sit down, both are okay. It is the resting part that I don't want you to stop. I want you to rest, but keep going. But I want to combine it with the quote that one day she discovered that she was fierce. At some point, Joshua, honey, take your rest today. We, as we become, and listen, I want us to be clear about our triggers. Thank you, Joshua, for bringing it full force. Right, Margaret. On those days when you don't feel like it, I want you to have grown so much that you recognize, for me, as triggers that can stop you. Me not feeling like it, is it a trigger for me not wanting to go forward because I don't think I'm good enough to go forward? Is it me not wanting to go forward and do it because I'm scared I'm going to fail? Or is it me not feeling like it because I truly need to rest? I truly need to regroup. And if you haven't paid attention to your triggers and the things that go on, you can say, oh, but I'm tired, I'm just going to rest. And you will find yourself resting for months when it should have been a day. That trip in the wilderness, how many days was, and it took how many years? And it's because on those days when you don't feel like it, if you've not quite understood yourself and your journey and the triggers or the things that set you off on a tangent that can now stop you instead of catapult you, they stop you. And now you find yourself sitting somewhere. And I don't know, for some reason, all these Bible scriptures are coming up. Listen, Margaret, I'm trying to tell you. But remember in the Bible, the man was tired. First of all, he left the city because he heard the woman was coming. She was coming for him. So he left the city and he hid in the mountains. And he slept for days, and food and water came to him until he had his strength. But he slept and rested until he had sustained himself enough to pick his energy back up to continue on the journey. That's the kind of rest. I'm not talking about I don't feel like it and you put your feet in the ground and and then you become Michael Jackson, right? And you don't want to move. You act like you're moving, you talk like you're moving, but you're not moving. So on those days you don't feel like it, it is your passion, your fire, it being brighter than your fear that says, let me check in with myself. No, I'm not exhausted. I'm not exhausted to where I need to lay down. I'm saying that because I'm scared to go forward. Right, Margaret? It's restorative rest. And it's real easy for us to say, but yeah, JoJo, I really am tired. And you could be. But why are you tired? Are you tired because you have exercised yourself in futility, meaning you're doing all the things that don't serve you, and that's why you're tired? And resting from that, friend, you won't have to do something different. Are you resting because you really physically, mentally need to think about the thing first? Or are you physically, mentally not capable to keep going forward? And so you say that. So you have to decide that. So on a time, I don't feel like it. So take, for example, this morning. So I didn't feel well last night and I didn't sleep good. So I was sleepy this morning. I was like, I wonder if they'll miss the morning show. I wonder if they'll miss the morning show. And then I think back to, I discovered I was fierce, strong, and full of fire. And not even JoJo could hold JoJo back because her passion burned brighter than her fears. I see it pop up, Joshua. Right. And it is on those days when my passion is burning brighter than my fears that I begin to understand that I have discovered that I'm fierce, strong, and full of fire. Now, I haven't always felt that way. It hasn't always been that way. Let's go back to when it kind of first hit me. Good morning, Olivia. When it kind of first hit me. And that was when not when I first of my abuser, no, but years later, when I finally, as I began, and I didn't understand this journey. So I can't say I was able to articulate what I can now, then, and I can't. But at some point along the way, I think it was right after I finished my master's degree. And it was right there that I understood that I had discovered something about JoJo. And you owe it to yourself to give yourself this prompt, this to feel all of yourself in this. At some point I discovered that I was fierce. I was way stronger than I ever imagined. I was way smarter than I ever imagined. And all the limitations that either I had been given or I accepted. Either you were given or you accepted those limitations, right? They were no longer mine, and I could supersede those expectations, those limitations. I could go beyond what I set for myself and what others had set for me. At that point, I realized that I was full of fire. And even me looking at those limitations, I could not hold myself back. Remember, the natural progression of man is for greatness. And because I felt that and I began to understand that, I understood that no, even when I don't feel like it, because of the fierce, the strong, the full of fire, and the passion burning brighter, because of that, when I don't feel like it, that kicks in. So on those days, what I find amazing is that the clarity of what I want to say is so much stronger because there is no filter between me hindering myself or me limiting what I can receive and what I can think. And so my mindset is clear. To me, the morning show is way better on those days. And some days y'all don't even know. And it's for me to feel and know that on those days that I'm feeling that way. And then on those days when I say I don't, and here's the thing, it's not that I don't feel like it, it's my body was like, okay, maybe we can take a nap today. But had I went to sleep earlier or had I done things, now it don't mean I ain't gonna take a nap later. But on those days when I say I don't feel like it, I remember the passion of why, or I remember the reason why, or I remember that what I have come through to get here for this opportunity. So and then all of this happens in a split second in my mind. So that when I get up and I make up my bed, I get dressed and I walk in the bathroom. By the time my feet hit the ground, by the time I dress and before I get to that bathroom, I never even knew I felt the way I felt when I was laying down. Sometimes it's going to take you moving first, even when you don't feel like it. And by the time I make it to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, honey, put on some lipstick, it's a whole different JoJo now. And by the time I step in this office and turn on the lights, open the blinds, open up the bookcase, and I sit down and I have my moment of quiet before I hit go live, it is right there that I understand. And one day she discovered she was fierce and strong and full of fire. And not even she could hold herself back. That's the day that I understand that because her passion burned brighter than her fears. Good morning. Absolutely, Margaret. It's a process. Yes, ma'am. It is a process. Right, Joshua. It takes strength. And it takes you understanding when to use that strength and when not. Meaning, when do I say, okay, Fearless Morning Show, I'm not going to do this today. And being able to do that for myself. And me being able to say, but JoJo, are you really that tired that you can't take 20 minutes out of your day or 30 minutes out of your day to do this? And the answer is usually no. Like, y'all know me by now. The days I take off is usually Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, New Year's Day. If Christmas happens to fall on a weekend, then of course. But if it's on a weekday, JoJo is here. Right. Right, Margaret. So even today, if you don't feel like it, honey, rest. Rest, take your time, but check yourself on why you don't feel like it. Are you really tired? Or are you not feeling like it because you're scared that you're going to succeed? Or are you scared that you are going to fail? Or you're scared because nobody said you could do this? Or you scared because it's a different way of thinking? Now, you could just, as some days I just don't feel it. And I check my energy box, and my energy box is depleted. Now, listen, if you're not feeling, let me tell you what I do. And in the beginning, I could not do this because I just, the money was not available, right? When my energy box is super duper depleted, absolutely, Margaret, you have to, yes, ma'am. Joshua, let me tell you, you got this. But let me tell you when I feel that way, when I feel overwhelmed, or my energy bucket is depleted, and I have 2 children, I would go check myself into the hotel. I would either go on Saturday, find a babysitter. I couldn't even stay in my house. I would go check myself in the hotel either Friday night or Saturday, whatever. I was staying overnight, and I was doing a full day. If I could do a full weekend from Friday to Sunday, I would. If I couldn't, I did one night. And if it was a Saturday, honey, I found a babysitter early in the day. I asked for an early check-in, and I would go to that hotel room, and I would get in the bed. I would bring my food, or I would order it. I would take me a bath, honey, and go to sleep. And I would sleep and do whatever I felt like doing until I had to return home the next day. And then I made a day out of the next day. If it was checkout time, I extended my checkout time. I slept until my body said it was time to wake up. And then when I woke up, I checked my body to see, did you get enough sleep? If it said yes, then we took a shower. You think you need another nap? Then yes, we took another nap. And then I treated myself to a dinner or the ice cream. So when I came back, I was refreshed. So in those times when I felt overwhelmed and I really felt like I don't feel like, or I can't do this, or who am I to do this thing, I took a break. But before I started to take a break, I had to make sure I understood my triggers of why I wanted. Because listen, I'm a procrastinator, and I'd be like, I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Well, I was also saying it because I didn't want to do the work. And so I had to check myself to make sure I wasn't procrastinating with the thing, or that I wasn't not doing it on purpose. And that's why I love this quote. And one day, and I hope everybody that this is your day, that you discover that you're fierce, you're strong, you're full of fire, and that not even you can hold yourself back because your passion burns brighter than your fears. Apply this to your mindset. One day you discovered you are fierce and strong and full of fire, and that decision you want to make, you can't hold yourself back from making that decision. You can't. It's going to be made. And it's coming, and when you make it, it's going to be so strong. It's going to be inevitable. You can't put. How many of us are guilty of putting off a thought or decision because we assume we're not strong enough to make it. Because we assume that it's not really me that needs to make this decision, or I can't possibly make this decision, not by myself. I'm going to wait on Jesus. I'm going to wait on the Lord. When the Lord has given you your decision already. But, I always go back to, we just got to, the decision is not hard. What's hard is dealing with the ramifications and the things that happen, the result of the decision that you just made. Making the decision is not hard. You made that. Let's be clear. You've already made the decision in your mind. You may be fighting against yourself not to acknowledge that decision. I've done that. Like, Jojo, no. Yes, Jojo, that's the decision. No, it can't be. Yes, Jojo, that's the decision. No. I'm just going to wait. But Jojo, that's the decision. No, it's not. I'm going to wait. What are we waiting for? Why are we waiting? What happens when we wait? What happens when we wait is we start settling. Not only do we start settling, we start explaining away. We start justifying. We start making excuses. We start validating our excuses. Absolutely, Joshua. And I'm not saying that the follow through is the hard part. Dealing with the ramifications of what you just decided to do. Yeah, you got to weigh that out. Yeah. I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying you making up your mind was the easy part. You following through with it. That's the part that's going to be, that may challenge you. Because some of us, we are afraid to see our decision in real life. Meaning we are afraid to see that I've made this decision and that now I see if I make this decision, and then as things begin to fall into place, it's because of the decision that you made. Right, Joshua. Absolutely. That's what I was saying. So take, for instance, when I lost my job in 2010, and no, actually 2009, I lost my job. Was it 2010? Yeah, I lost my job in 2010. And the decision was stay or go. And I knew I wanted to go, but I was justifying staying. Oh, well, I'm comfortable here. I know all the people here. There's no difference between this, and this. And I was justifying it. And I was honoring my limitations. And then when I finally said, okay, I'm going, and now I had to line up my actions with my decisions. I like that. You got to line your actions up with your decisions. So now that I'm lining up my actions with my decisions, meaning I've told the girls we're moving. I'm going to their doctor, getting all their medical records. I have created my moving checklist. Honey, I'm not just moving. I'm moving. I had to buy a storage unit. I had to sell. Like when I say I had a yard sale, I just open up my door and say, let me tell you what you need. This couch is for sale. That armoire is for sale. Let people walk in my closets and pick out whatever you want for sale. Pots and pans for, like, everything had to go. Move. And as I am looking at the actions that I'm having to take for that decision, and then when I go to the bank and say deposit, yeah, this is the amount of money I want in my account. And feeling that feeling of, oh my God, I made this decision and now I am doing the action of it. It's a little overwhelming. It's exciting. It's overwhelming. It's scary, but I'm in movement and I'm not stopping. And the day came where, when I tell you the kids are so packed in. Rosie had boxes up to this place, and she had a pillow up against the window. Rosie was only 5. Courtney was 7, and she had boxes under her feet. And I couldn't see out the back window. The car was almost to the ground with the boxes that I put in there of necessities. Everything else went into storage. And at 6 o'clock that morning, I hugged my friend goodbye. We all cried. I prayed over the car, and we set out on a journey. With the money that I had from my 401k, no job, to a place I did not know a soul. Now, when I got here, I realized my friend, 2 of my friends lived here. But making that decision and then seeing it in action is a different kind of fierceness. It's a different kind of strong. It's a different kind of full of fire that not even she could hold herself back when her passion burned brighter than her fears. Right, Margaret? We taking the island. That's what he said. We burning the boat. Either we going to win this war or we not. And honey, there was no boat left back there. I burned it all. And I'm not saying that when I arrived at my new destination, I wasn't scared. I had to then start this process all over again. These are our few belongings. Let me find a school. Let me find my way around this town. Let me figure out this. Depending on JoJo, even when I didn't feel like it, my actions had to line up with my decision. And let me tell you, it is sometimes you think it's the greatest thing. Well, you know what? It is the greatest thing. It's the smallest decisions that you make that make the greatest impact on your life. Period. That move. Let me tell you something. That move 10 years ago. Thank you, Joshua. That move. Joshua, I'm going to send you some fabric too and see what you can make out of it. It's not a lot, so it'll probably just be a belly shirt or something. But that move from that small thought to, I don't know, to you finally making that decision, to you following through so that your actions line up to that decision. It's an amazing thing. And let me tell you, from the day that I did that until this day, in 10 years, let me tell you, we have written 7 books. We had the Oprah Winfrey Network. We had Tyler Perry Studios. We had the movie. We have over 200 speaking engagements. We have international speaking engagements. We have international bestseller, Amazon bestseller. We have been in over 13 magazines, 1 in Thailand and 1 in the UK. We have been on the cover of those magazines. We have been on over 50 podcasts. We have developed a hair company. We have developed 4 other companies. Honey, we have employees. We have a whole Fearless Morning Show, a whole Sister Rise retreat. We have Team Abundance. 10 years. From one day, she discovered she was fierce and strong and full of fire. And then not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fear. 10 years from we celebrating day 1, not one day. From one day, she decided, there's nothing keeping you here. You don't have a job. So, honey, bet on black, cash it all in. And I literally cashed it all in. Literally. 401k. You want all of it? All of it. It wasn't a lot. You know what? It was just, when I tell you it was just enough, I moved in October. By January, I had a job. And it has been, I ain't saying it was an easy journey. I'm saying the journey has, from day 1, because we celebrate day 1. And so my day 1 was, okay, let's go. I'm not staying. Day 1 was me lining my actions up to my decisions. Day one was me doing it every day, even when I didn't feel like doing it. Even scared, overwhelmed, I don't know the answer, and can't nobody. That can take your breath away, especially on those days when you want somebody to give you the answer and they can't. Ain't nobody to give it to you but you, and you realize you are the mama, you are the parent, you are the one that has to have the answers. And everybody, oh, you want me to figure this out, and you do. One day, when you discover that you're fierce and strong and full of fire, that you can't even hold yourself back because your passion, your desire to whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's to live right, meaning eating, the way you carry yourself, working out, even on that day, you can't hold yourself back because your decision is brighter than your fear. It is going to supersede that. I'm not saying you won't feel it. I won't say you won't feel all the feelings. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is, right, good morning, Jasmine, right? That's when it gets real. You can't call mama because she ain't got the answer. She don't know. This your life. She don't have the answer for you and your kids. I had to figure that out. I had to establish how this household was going to run. I had to make sure everybody understood their role. When your actions start to line up with your decisions. Let me tell you something. I'm not the same person I was when I got here 10 years ago. I'm not the same person I was last year. Shoot, take it back 6 months. I'm not the same person. And I have grown. But I can also see day ones. I see 10 years worth of day ones. About to be, actually it's 11 years, October of day ones. 11 years of day ones. Had I not made that decision, would there be a Fearless Morning Show? Would the Only Live Past Crazy Specialist be trademarked? Can y'all tell me where I can get that? I need to get that framed. Where can I get that framed? Would I do that? I need to get some of my magazine articles framed too. I need to find that out. But would there be a Only Live Past Crazy Specialist? Would there be a podcast? Would there be a Fearless Morning Show? Would there be a Sister Rise retreat? And y'all know my quote I've been saying for 4 years now. Somebody's waiting to hear my voice. They will not move until I move. What if the person who desperately needed to hear my voice, and I'm JoJo from North Carolina, I'm no better than anybody else. I understand my journey different than everybody else. I like that. I like that. I'm no different than anybody else. I just understand my journey better than anybody else. Good morning, Tammy. Today's Tammy's birthday. Is today or tomorrow, Tammy? I think it's today. If not, happy early birthday, Tammy, my friend. Thank you. I need to get some of this stuff framed. So I'm no different than anybody else. I just understand my journey different than anybody, better than anybody else. And when you start to understand that part, then it gets a little, things happen. Things just, it's tomorrow. Well, we're early. Y'all, tomorrow's Tammy's birthday. So tomorrow, y'all make sure y'all come so we can sing happy birthday to Tammy first thing in the morning. Go ahead, Jazz. Honey, I think that we need to put that on a t-shirt. I have so many things I want to put on a t-shirt, so I'm working on that too. So on this wonderful day, absolutely, Margaret, understanding who you are is a pathway to your amazing life. It really is. And when I tell you that it is that part, the understanding of you and understanding your journey, it's an amazing thing. 10 years in, I've had the opportunity to speak in places I never thought I would speaking, period. We're supposed to be in Curacao. I went virtually, but who would have thought JoJo could speak in Curacao? I didn't even know the place existed. Didn't even know it existed. But because one day my decision and my actions lined up, and one day I discovered I was fierce and strong and full of fire. One day. We celebrating one day. Yes, happy early birthday, Tammy. So we're gonna sing happy birthday to you tomorrow. And I don't want nobody talking about my singing. That's rule number 1. So on this amazing day, I hope y'all have the most amazing day ever. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. I want you to share the show because sharing is caring. If this has helped you, please let me know. Listen, Margaret, I'm for the traveling of all the things. Honey, one day. We're celebrating day ones, not one day. Day one. Today is your day one. Today is the day that you're going to check why you don't feel like it. Today you're going to align your actions with your decisions. Today you're going to know that you're not different or better than anybody else. You just understand your journey better than anybody else. Y'all, that's a good one. Honey, let me go in and slap my name on it and the date. So on this lovely day, I want y'all to celebrate day one today. Make your decision today. Make the decision. Take the first action step behind that decision. Absolutely. Today is your... Couldn't happen any other day than today, friend. I want you to be happy today. I want you to be peaceful. I wish all the things. Honey, go put you on a belly shirt because I have on one right now. This is a belly shirt right now. Honey, go ask Joshua. Joshua said, don't put my name in it. Tell him make you a halter top because he's making me one. Tell Joshua to make you a halter top, honey, and go wear it. With all the sparkles and glitters that you can stand. Go put on your lipstick, fellas. Put on your cologne. Put on your best outfit, honey. Do all the things. Make that coffee, Joshua. Now, if you need to rest, please do so, my friend. But on this lovely day, Margaret is getting a belly shirt, whether she wants one or not. Tammy is getting a belly shirt, whether she wants one or not. Everybody gets a belly shirt. You get one. I'm about to make some Fearless. Okay, I want to make some Fearless Morning Show belly shirts. And y'all, I'm not buying any more journals. I'm going to make my own. I'm going to make my own journal. So if y'all want one, if y'all interested in buying a journal that JoJo would like, and I'm going to create it myself and publish it and print it out. Let me know if you would buy one of my journals, if you'd be interested in it, because I keep buying other people's journal and that's why I keep buying them because I can't. Some have this that I like and some have that. I'm going to make my own. How about that? You got you a fancy one? Listen, I'm going to get Tammy. Yeah, Tammy does have a fancy belly shirt. We just need to wear it on her birthday. That's what we need to do. Yes, you do. Yeah, that is right, Joshua. That is right. I think I'm going to create my own journal. Thank you, Jad. Now I got to come up with a name for it. So we already got the notebook, the Fearless Morning Show notebook coming so that you can take notes for the Fearless Morning Show. But I need a journal. And I think I'm just going to say it's going to have a dash and it says my journal or a dash journal. So you can put your name, JoJo's journal. You can write your name, Margaret's journal. So you can make it personal for yourself. Okay, Margaret, don't make me make a day trip. I hope you guys have the most amazing day ever. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you have a great day. Remember the quote for the day. Please insert your name. Oh, that's a good title, Tammy. I like that. I'm fearless journal. I like that. That's the quote of the day. And one day she discovered she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and that not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fears. So insert your name in that today, honey. Take a screenshot, make that personal for yourself today, and let that be your anthem for today. I think it might find its spot somewhere on the wall. I'm making me For those that don't know, I always say I'm making a wall of quotes, and I'm working on them. I'm gathering them up. So when I find the wall I want on my house, I will have it. So y'all have the most amazing day. Please be peaceful, period. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless morning shows over there. And I appreciate each and every one of you being here with me. And I'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one. Let's see if we can. There we go.